Let me give myself a chance to catch up because sometimes this thing's a little slow. I'm gonna say it again. Hello, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. I am a gardener. Let me turn these lights off. I am a gardener. I am a part-time homesteader. I have sheep, goats, chickens, duck, and geese. Oh, and rabbits. I always forget about the rabbits. I'm getting ready to breed them jokers. As soon as it gets cool enough, I'm gonna breed them. Rabbits can't take heat. And I also have a new type of chicken that is giving me problems right now. I've ordered some chicks online, and you would think some of them, some of them won't make it. I had two that passed on. Let me open up my chat so I can see who's here. But most of them made it, and I got them through the mail. And now these jokers are flying the coop. Don't jump back down. This little rascal right here. I hope he don't jump out of my hand because, okay, Daisy won't get him. This is a Seabright. This is a chick. I think they're on week 2. They were really, really small, and they're bantam chickens. So if they get out, my neighbors won't know they're chickens. But you're a Seabright, and you're very, very special. I think they're so cute, and it's not full grown yet. So let me turn this light off so that you can see it, and you can see that they're used to me picking them up. Some of them are this little skittish, but apparently this one isn't. It's very comfortable on my hand. So I'm gonna turn this light out. Forgive me. I'm gonna pull myself up on the computer so I can see the chat. And yeah, turn it off. And then we'll get started. So today is going to be about upplanting some of my bulk planting seeds. So this is sometimes how I do it, but this is not as good as putting them in those little seedling trays. So I'm going to put them, I pulled some out of the seedling tray because I had it outside and I was afraid it's going to bring some bugs in. I saw some bugs in my house, and I put boric acid. I put, not Roundup, what's that other stuff that I use? Home Defense. Man, if I see a cucaracha or what's that other one that the kissing bug, that thing can hurt you. Right, baby? Man, and ants? I don't play that. Right, boo boo? Oh, no! I got it. Let me put it up. It was like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm out of here. All right, so our lighting is better. Hello, Tracy. How you doing? So let me skip this commercial. All right, so we are going to upplant. What time is it? Oh, it's 8. Okay, that's why people are like, what? You ain't supposed to be on. So these are tomato plants. I replanted my tomato plants because my tomato plants got yammed down by some sort of bug. By the time I realized that they were being attacked, well, they were already gone. So we're going to leave this to the side because I got some cucumbers in there too. I just threw a bunch of seeds in here. So y'all, look, that is about 25 plants in there. We got to get them out. Not today, though. We got to get them out because they are overcrowded. But, I mean, if you really don't have space in your house and you want to start your seeds and give them a chance, go ahead and do it like this. You can do it like this, and only the strong. So you can put, actually, I have taken some that I had in those like planters like this, or half of this, and I put them directly in the ground. You could do that. The reason why I do that is because we have bugs around here that eat stuff, like cutting bugs, snails. I have such a snail problem. Snails are bad around here. Snails will eat up all your stuff. Snails and them caterpillars, one or the other. But I have more of a problem with snails out here. Springtime is like infested. And this winter was not that cold. So we got more bugs this year. And we had more rain in Texas because it's normally very, very dry here. So I'm just filling up the pots with this soil. And this is new potting soil, new to me, that I got from the supermarket. I found it the cheapest there. So we'll see how I do it. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's the first time I'm using it. A lot of people swear by it. But who knows? Who knows? I stopped using the one that I use because it's a compost. And I'm not sure. Nowadays, I'm not sure what they're putting in it. So I got a little afraid. And I decided to buy some potting mix. I could tell that this stuff is cocoa coir, peat moss, perlite. It's not necessarily dirt. It's not necessarily dirt. I'm just gonna say it that way. I could tell by the way. It feels like the stuff we used when I was in high school. We mix 2 parts peat moss and 1 part perlite. Them little white flakes, that's perlite. I don't know if that's peat moss, but it looked like it. I didn't look at the bag. I guess the bag would have told me. I'm sure I saw that they put some fertilizer in it, so that's good. So I didn't feel like I had to fertilize. Because seedlings are gonna need fertilization. I have more bloom, blood meal, bone meal. I have some 20 up there. I don't got desperate, y'all. People be like, yeah, I don't use that stuff. I'm gonna tell you what. It's your garden. You do what you want to do. You do what you have to do right now to make yourself happy. You can't make other people, shoot, don't try to make nobody else happy. Unless it's, it's affecting them directly. Because people will make you suffer. You be trying to, if you don't have the money for soil, because this soil that they recommended, the cheapest I found, it was $20 a bag. The one I used to buy was almost $4 to $5 a bag. So I had to bite the bullet. And that was the cheapest one I could find. So that means that at other places it was more expensive for the same stuff. You got to shop around. I shopped around online and then I drove to the place because, everything is high nowadays, including gas. So these are cherry tomatoes that I got from the Dollar Tree, the seeds. I got the seeds from the Dollar Tree and I put them in the little seed pods and we just going to put our finger right in there. Put this to the side. Put our finger right in there, make a hole. See that? Drop it down, and these are tomatoes. So tomatoes, you can drop tomatoes far down and they'll still make it because they go fly mad at me because I took out its friends. Because they develop more roots. Don't drop it too far down because you don't want that little starter leaf to be underground, but leave yourself about 1 inch of headspace. Y'all hear that? I gotta turn that off. I can't turn it off right now. You're gonna have to forgive me. Forgive the noise. That's the air conditioning going on. I got a window unit because I found out that they use less energy than the big old HVAC I have. So I have the HVAC set to about 80, and then I have my window unit bringing it down a little bit more. So I'm just pulling these apart. Look, this 4-inch pot, these plants, in a week they'll be bigger than the ones you see in the supermarket for $5-6. And I planted these about a month ago. But they come up quick. Tomato plants come up quick. The only plants that I know, or one of the plants that I know that takes a long time, is peppers. Especially them bell peppers. They take a long time to come up. You'll be wondering if them seeds are still good. they won't show any signs of life until you're ready to give up in 2 weeks. You be like, them seeds are bad. I got some dead seeds. Don't plant again. You're going to replant your peppers, because you can replant peppers if you're in the South. I'm in the South, by the way. That's where I can replant a second round of tomatoes. And these are indeterminate tomatoes, which means that they bloom more than one time. It ain't one shot and then it's gone. This joker blooms multiple times. And the funny thing about it is that cherry tomatoes in the supermarket cost more. Well, they're not cheap, and they're abundant. So I am done. I'm not done. I got 3 more, and I got more plants than I have pots. That's a problem. We might have to go outside, y'all, and get some more pots. So I'm put my finger in there. I'm dropping it down. I thought I counted them. Apparently, I didn't count them good enough. So I'm gonna get these because these look how strong they are. These are some strong plants, and this I think will be $5. Pretty sure it will be. I just laughed to myself, and I see people buying them. I'm like, man, you go on with your bad self. You got money. I wish I could plant for you. I only charge you like $1 or $2. I want my pots back. I charge you $1 and $2 for the same thing, versus you buying 5 and 6. All right, so we got this one right here. I got 2 more plants here. Oh, I got another pot. I got some pots that I skipped. I got a pot that's open over here. All I'm doing is filling them in and putting it down. Jesse Grow Time, how you doing? That's my art. How you doing? Yeah, it's a Saturday. I think it's Saturday. So I got one more over here that I left out right there. It's gonna be a baker's dozen. I do have enough pots. There's our tomato plant planted in there, and then I have one more left, and I have one more pot left. I'm gonna fill this one up with some soil. Let me tell you something about giving people stuff. Don't give them nothing you want back. I gave somebody some of my pots, these pots that I paid for. I didn't get them from the grocery store. And I told them I wanted them back. I ain't never get them back. I mean, people think that it ain't no big deal. But, you know, if I tell you I want something back, there's a reason. And they, you know, they forget because it's not important to them. And then they disappear. And you ain't going to get it back ever. It's going to go in the trash most likely. Somebody will see it and be like, what the heck are these pots? These dried up plants here for? Let's throw it in the trash. And there you go. What do they say? Don't look a good horse in the mouth. No good deed goes unpunished. That's the word. That's what it is right there. No good deed goes unpunished. I remember one time I brought somebody some cake, right? I was like, because we bought a cake. I bought a cake, and I was like, oh, I got some cake in the break room. And they were like, why you being so nice? I was like, what? Because I'm a decent person. There's no particular reason. People they don't take kindness lightly nowadays. Shoot, no, this happened a couple years ago. Some people don't take kindness. They think you want something. I don't know. It's because they got burnt, or it's because they like that. They don't do nothing for nothing. And I said, okay. I learned from that experience. I was like, what? Remember one Thanksgiving, went over to my cousin's house, and I didn't cook this food. So most of the stuff was like a bunch of hors d'oeuvres, right? Because she cooked most of the Thanksgiving. And this one particular fella, he looked at me, and I bought some cream cheese balls. I did not buy them. I bought them from H-E-B. They were already prepackaged. Everything was still in their package. And he was like, why ain't you eating it? What? I said, I can't eat all of this. I bought it for everybody. And he was like, no, you need to eat. You need to try it too. I guess he's the type of person who poisons people. Because there's no other explanation for that. Why would you do that unless you tamper with people's food? I was like, that is a dirty thing to do. Tamper with somebody's food. On Thanksgiving, why would I do that to my own family? I was like, this guy, what are they doing? I said, this guy is, they're doing something crazy. Them puppies. This guy, he's doing some dirty stuff. Or somebody did something dirty to him. One or the other. His mind ain't right. I guess there are people out there who do stuff like that. I mean, I have seen videos, and I worked at McDonald's. I worked with some interesting people when I was a teenager. And there are people who do stuff like that. Dirty. I'm talking about not dirty as in dirty hands. I'm talking about dirty in the mind. Their mind is dirty. So I guess, I mean, but shoot, I was my family. Even if it was, I have never tampered with anybody's food ever in my life. Never, never. Even if I don't like you, I don't do no stuff like that. I don't do stuff like that. I think that if you put something out there and you do something bad, it's gonna come back to you tenfold. And even if that's not true, I've never done that. Never. That is beneath me. Somebody else might be skilled in doing stuff like that, but I'm not. That's not my forte. Never. Not intentionally. So, anyway, how to get on that? So here we go. These are cherry tomatoes that we have we planted from seed, from the Dollar Tree seed. The packets are 3 for $1.50. Some people are saying they're 10 cents each. If you're down south in zone 8 and higher, 8 and lower, which is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's lower, the lower 40, the lower, I should say, we say 48 because Hawaii and Alaska are outside. They're outside of the continent of the United States, even though they're part of the United States. The lower 48, go ahead and plant another round. Cucumbers, tomatoes. Peppers are going to take you a while, though, so I don't know about that one. Unless you have a greenhouse, then you can grow peppers all day long, all day, all night. So here we are. I got a baker's dozen of cherry tomatoes. That's a lot, right? And then I must have went back and planted some more because these are cucumbers. So cucumbers, let me tell you something about stuff that flowers. Now tomatoes, when we get over 100 degrees, which is now, all the flowers fall off the tomatoes. They fall off, you don't get any more fruit. So if you don't plant indeterminate tomatoes, you're either going to have to plant again or you ain't going to get none. Because indeterminate tomatoes only put out one time. And if it's hot, their flowers are going to fall off. And if you don't get any flowers, you don't get any fruit. So I try to grow the ones that put out a lot. And even though these will do the same thing, these indeterminate, the cherry tomatoes, even though they will do the same thing and drop their flowers, as soon as it cools off, flowers will come back on. So it's not a one and done. It's multiple ones and done. It's multiple times that you can get from these. As soon as it cools down, they're back to business. The other ones, no. Although I believe that the ones that are determinate, they say, because I haven't experienced this, they say that you get a lot more. I have grown Roma tomatoes, and I didn't remember. Roma tomatoes are determinate, and I think I planted some. I see some stuff coming up over there. I got an indoor garden here with my lettuce and my bok choy. And then I have these that are going outside. That's a cucumber right there. That look like moringa. I told you sometimes I plant stuff, and then there's these are tomatoes again. I just threw a bunch of seeds in here and said let it be. You could do stuff like that. Anybody could do stuff like that. Throw the seed in there, cover with some soil, but then you're going to have to separate this stuff out. It is easy to separate it out. You just saw what I did, and it don't take long. Some people say, well, I can't garden because I don't have enough space. You see that right there? That is a wire rack that I got from, I think I got that one either from Walmart or from Amazon. It's raining out there. Them dogs getting wet. They happy, though. They still playing. And then I got dirt on my nose. And then I got the shop lights. I didn't buy grow lights. I got shop lights for almost nothing. I think maybe less than $30. And then the grow rack, I got that super cheap. You don't have to get the wire grow rack. Just get anyone. And Amazon and Wally World, they have sales all the time. Shoot. The Blue Box store, Lowe's and Home Depot, the same thing. Who else has does Harbor Freight have racks? Because I found some stuff at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, shoot, don't skip Harbor Freight. Shoot, if you need zip ties and everything, Harbor Freight, Dollar Tree has stuff. You just check everywhere and try to check for prices. But these grow lights, They don't cost very much, and if you buy horticulture lights, you're gonna pay a lot more, and they're the same thing. It has to do with the lumens. You have to buy high enough light, and the plants. Look, I'm gonna take you over there. Why do I want to put these glasses on? I'm gonna be all messed up. How you doing, bro? Farm? I see somebody saying hi to you. Let me say hello to everybody. Let me see. Ooh, I can't see nothing. Okay. Jessica Groves time. That's my art. How you doing? LGGG love. How you doing? Broke Farmer. Hello. Lilybell. How you doing? Miss Shirley OG Gardner. How you doing? The NYCE Healthy. How you doing? Official Jamia. How you doing? So let me show you what I got over here. Since we finished in like, superhuman time. In 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes, I got all 13 planted. And if I brought more in here, I'll be still planting because it don't take much. You just have to make yourself do it. Now, for me, because I'm filming, I was like, well, I got to make sure that I wipe down the thing and all kind of stuff. I do all kind of stuff before I get on camera to try to make this place presentable for you. Not that my house is dirty, but y'all know I got animals, and right now I got to not mop this floor. But that's besides the point. Let's go over here and look at this rat. How about that? Let me turn this on. All right, so this is the bok choy that I planted a couple of weeks ago. I told you they was gonna live here, and it's gonna shoot. They're almost ready to go. They're good to go. Look at that. This is the Ford Hook. Ford Hook is super big. I think I'm gonna put Erica Unique's Garden. How you doing? This is the Ford Hook. Ford Hook is super big, so I think I'm gonna put this outside because, well, in a couple of weeks when it gets bigger because of the bugs, and I got to clear some space around the gazebo. So this is the Ford Hook, and they're all here, right? These are the tissue culture. Some of them are already outside. The ones that are struggling, I left inside. And I'm telling you guys, because I ain't gonna fib to you. I bought some 2020 because my plants are starting to look a little distressed. See that? I know. But y'all buy seedlings from the supermarket and from the from the HEB and from the HEB is a Texas thing, or from the Lowe's or from the Home Depot, and this fertilizer in them plants. This one, I don't know what this is. I forgot you don't mark stuff and you put it in a freaking thing, and then it's a surprise. It's a mystery plant. And then down here, there's the lettuce. The lettuce wasn't looking good either, y'all. I told you I hit that 20. I don't know. Some people be using some stuff and they don't want to tell you what they use because they don't want you to come after them. But man, whatever. I do what I do to get what I get. All right. I gave up because these things, they look like they were going to, these are not mustards. These are, oh, what kind of lettuce is it? Let me try to get the seeds. Where'd I put the seeds that I planted? Is it? No. Y'all, look at this. Some of y'all got seeds. The other ones. This is a Ford Hook. They look just like mustards, but they're not. This is Ford Hook, definitely Ford Hook. I didn't plant any mustards yet. This is bok choy right here. And this one, I don't know. If that's mustards, okay. Because I like mustards. I might have put some mustard seeds in there. I don't remember putting mustard seeds down. And I see a little seed on top. See that little seed? I'm not sure. That's why you got to mark stuff. Don't be like me. So these are all lettuce. I think this is red leaf, and this is that arugula that I was telling you about. Oh, let me tell you something. I had to laugh at myself. Now, which one? I had them in alphabetical order, but now I don't because I messed around. Is this the one? Okay. No, these are the things I'm gonna plant. Put that right there. What was the name of that plant? Let me see. You know what that might be? That might be Malabar spinach. But no, it's not, because the seed don't match. Malabar spinach has some big old seeds on it. That's outside. I don't know, y'all. Oh, the lettuce. I told you I was gonna look for the lettuce. Roselle, lemongrass, melon sage, peppers. How the heck did I get all disorganized? Cauliflower. Okay, this one is the lettuce set. Turn y'all around. I'll tell you what kind of lettuce that is, because that joker grow good. It is this Merlot. And then the other one is Paris Island. Paris Island is romaine, not arugula, romaine. That's romaine lettuce. So if you see Paris Island at the Dollar Tree, and look, BC's old for $4. That's romaine lettuce. So get that. And this is the other one that we planted. I keep my stuff alone. I said arugula because I have arugula seeds and I like arugula, but that's not arugula. She hears something. Nobody ever better never come up in this house. They're gonna get chewed up. They're gonna get chewed up. I ain't gonna stop them either. I'm gonna let them go ahead and get it. Be like, that's what you get. They be like, aren't you afraid? Nope. I'm not afraid. David Corey with the crop. How you doing? Very good starts, Jamerica. NYC. Daisy, quiet, please. They are 15 if you can find them at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so they reduce the seeds. You know, they used to not do that. They used to keep them at the same price. Back when they were $4, they would not reduce. Let me pull this back. Pull this closer. They would not reduce the they would not reduce the price of the seeds at all. Not at all. Now I guess they said, well, instead of it going to waste, let's just go ahead and put everything on clearance. I got all kinds of stuff going on here. So those Dollar Tree seeds, bedtime, girl. I'm sick of you. Bedtime, bye-bye. And she know what bedtime is. She just, bedtime, this doggone dog. That means go upstairs, and they got a room up there. The other one left, but this one with the big mouth is still down here. Let's see. So go ahead and plant your stuff. Grow it in the house. You ain't got to, Angela Calloway, how you doing? You do not have to grow it outside. You see I'm sweating? It's about 90 degrees out here. It's dark. It's 90 degrees. Well, in here it's probably about 80 degrees, but I'm sweating. So, you know, if it's too hot outside and you're afraid that everybody, that your plants are going to go to seed or they're not going to grow and you got a bug problem and you can't just put a seed in the ground, because if I put a seed in the ground, it's going to get ate up. The bugs are going to eat it. So instead of me doing that and wasting my time and being frustrated, I go ahead and start them and give them a good running chance. And then when they get sizable, because I'm going to leave this in here for about another month, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, depending how fast they grow. I've never used this seed starting mix before, so I'm not sure how big they go. But as soon as they get about 2 more inches than this one, see my hand? They going in the ground. They're going in the ground, whether it's warm or not. I'm just gonna have to make sure I water them. And this year has been first time in 20 years it's rained this much in Central Texas. It rained so much that our lakes, we have Lady Bird Lake, we got Lake Austin. They had to open the dams and start filling up the different lakes that were at an all-time record low. So things are looking better for us, because I thought that we were on the outs for a while. We was turned into a desert. But it rained. Thank goodness. Because I'm always like, wow. We're at stage 4 or stage 5 Water, we can't water at all. Who is this? Gardening today. How you doing? If I didn't say hello to everybody, please forgive me. So plant your stuff, especially if you in zone 8, 9, 10. Go ahead, keep on going. Even if you're zone 7, I would try it. I mean, get your fall stuff in, by the way. So up where I used to live in New York, it got cold, really cold by October. So if you gonna plant your fall garden, you better get them cabbages, those broccoli, cauliflower, if you haven't already, or buy your seedlings if you haven't done it already. Broccoli, cauliflower, or broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, mustards, and what else is it? Mustards and turnips. Get those jokers in the ground. Now turnips, just throw them seeds. Just clear a piece of land and throw them seeds out and cover it up with something else, and the mustards will grow. You don't grow mustards in things. Mustards are ugly plants. That's why I just throw them together. And I don't like excuse me, not mustards. I don't turnips. Just throw your turnip seeds out there in the ground and cover it with some soil. Because turnips are ugly plant, not mustards. Mustards are pretty. And water it. They come up. Turnips are ugly plants. They look like weeds by themselves. I don't put them in these individuals because first of all, I don't like the root of the turnip. I grow the turnips for the greens. I grow all of them for the greens, tell you the truth. Most of them. So I still have to go out there and I'm going to start clearing out those sweet potatoes. Now, people have said, Jamerica, why is your yard full of sweet potato vines? First of all, I didn't pull them all up last year because I just didn't feel like it. So there were sweet potatoes that were left in there last year. Then I grew some sweet potato slips and put them in there along with the other stuff because I wanted a bunch of sweet potatoes. But now it's time for me to get them up out of the ground because I need that space for the rest of my stuff. And I'm afraid to buy compost. I got to start doing my own compost. Do you eat rutabagas? I have never had a rutabaga, David. Never. I have the seeds, though. I sure do. I have the seeds. I think I have them in my pile to plant up on the fridge. So they're probably, I'm probably going to try it again. But I've never had a rutabaga. Nope. Artichokes, everything else. Well, not everything. I've had, but not rutabaga. So I've been on here for about 30 minutes. This is just a quick live. And, you know, I'm not really a chit-chat talker. If I'm not working, I don't say nothing. You have rabbits. You don't need soil. I do have rabbits, and I use the rabbit manure, but I only have 4 rabbits. That's not a lot of manure. I need to get some more rabbits. You know what I do want to do? That tomato patch that didn't produce good for me, I'm going to go in that chicken coop and we're going to scrape some of that stuff off. I had a helper at one time, but he got in trouble. So now I got to find somebody else. Man, I was so upset. The guy who was helping me he can't help me right now. So I'm going to have to go into the chicken coop and scrape up all of that stuff, right? I'm going to go over to the tomato patch after the tomatoes are done. I don't know if I'm going to plant these in the same spot. And that is not a cold compost. So rabbit manure, you could use it directly on the plants. But if you go and use chicken manure, it's chicken, goose, turkeys in there. That stuff needs to be scraped up. And then there's the hay and all kind of stuff. I need to take it up and let it compost. I'm going to dig it into that soil over there where the tomatoes are. Whatever bug is in there. Man, I'm not going to plant tomatoes there again because they're there. They're waiting for me. They were waiting for me this year. They were like, oh, she planted tomatoes here again. And I did it because tomatoes have done so well for me. I've been planting tomatoes in that very same spot for about 4 years. Well, this year, the bugs knew that the tomatoes were going to come, and they brought all their friends, and they bored holes in all of the tomatoes. There's a whole bunch of them there. As usual, there's a whole bunch of them there. And then I looked in, and they had all little holes in it and whatnot. So I'm going to fertilize over there with the hot compost, the chicken manure, and I'm going to dig it in. kind of like David does his stuff. I don't know if David uses hot manure. I know David does his own compost, which is a good idea. And when them leaves fall again, instead of letting the guy who does my lawn cart them off, I'm gonna go ahead and get some not chicken wire, but some well wire, and I'll make a circle, and we're gonna drop them leaves in there because they'll break down. I mean, there's some people who say you have to turn it over, but it's gonna decompose. It's gonna decompose. If it's on that ground, birds are gonna come up and they're gonna break it down for you. That's what I'm gonna try to do, because you don't know nowadays what they're putting in the compost and what they're using for compost. That's the thing. So I see a lot of people say, I'm gonna go and buy my compost, and they think they're growing their stuff organically. Not necessarily, because sometimes the compost has sewage in it. Sometimes it does. And you're not gonna know where that compost come from unless you do it yourself. So I need some more mulch. They cutting down trees left and right around here. And instead of them taking it over to the dump and having to pay, you can ask them to drop them off. Now, I've seen people do that chip drop. Termites. As soon as I saw that, I was like, first of all, I don't want to do all that work and drag it from the front to the back. I don't want to do that. Second of all, you're going to get some insects in there, and some of the insects that are in there are not some of the insects you already have in your yard. I ain't doing no chip drop. No. They better be afraid of you, Jamerica. Who? What happened? I need some more mulch. Hey, the first person I saw talk about the chip drop was Sunday Gardner. You remember him? Long way back. I've been watching YouTube for a while. Sunday Gardner. I think he changed his name. And he talked about the chip drop. And I was like, termites. We got a termite problem out here in Texas. I don't know about the rest of the United States. I was like, that's the last thing I need in my house. And then you got to pay for, I mean, you might have to be paying for, you'll be paying for the rest of your life, because once you have them, you got to keep on doing it. What did David say? David said, chip drop, you don't know what you're getting, nor how much. True. And then when I saw some people, they had a mountain of chip drops. And I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna move all that stuff. But it was mostly because of them wood destroying insects. That's what I was worried about. Everything that is free ain't good for you. You know, what did my mama say? The cheap can become expensive. You think you saving a couple of dollars by having them drop it off a bunch of mulch to your house, and you end up with those doggone wood destroying insects or some other insect that you didn't have in your yard. I can't risk that. I can't risk that. You spend way more money paying for the pesticide man be happy with you. So, let me see. Miss Shirley OG Garner, I have had 2 chip drops, no problem. Okay. I'm just a spectator. I'm just looking from the outside, because I know what them doggone things what's in that wood. Sometimes you don't know where you getting that stuff from. That's like, I've seen other people go to other people, like people will clean up their yard, and they'll have those big bags of clip-ins and whatnot that they put out on there. I got to get off soon because my battery is dropping. You don't know what's in those people's bags. You don't know if they put some Roundup in there. You don't know what they used in their yard. I don't pick up nothing from there. Bad enough I'm buying this stuff right here. Buying the soil that I didn't do, versus me taking somebody else's trash and letting them drop it off in my driveway and then bringing a problem in. Let it sit there, and I can't let it sit in the front. My neighbors will be mad at me. You know, can't let. Some people have. Some people have let them chips just sit there and decompose. I can't do that. And not in this neighborhood. They'll be pissed off at me. I don't want my neighbors mad at me. I need my neighbors to be happy. Anyway, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. My phone is about to cut off, and that's what I'm doing this on. I thank all of you guys for being with me. You do trick jobs? No hate. Do it. Do what you want to do. For me, I don't need to lose no more money trying to fix this doggone house. Y'all know I had foundation problems. You know that's a big time cost. Next thing, I don't want nothing else. And plus, I don't have the strength to move like 5 tons of chips from the front of my yard to the back of my yard. I told you the guy who was helping me can't help me no more. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank everybody for being with me. You all have a wonderful weekend, and go ahead and plant your fall garden and get it done. Get it done, even if you're doing it in the house. Bye, y'all.